Now, do I even remember how to do any of this? Absolutely not.
No. Is anything prepared?
No. Hello, and welcome to episode 120 of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. We are a crafty, puppy-interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and we have a terrified Audrey and Iron with us because the windows are open, therefore everything is super scary. I don't know. After a little bit of a hiatus, I don't know, I think April was the last episode I put out. I meant to put one out before that, and my Crafting Joe has still been complete garbage, so there's that. But we have finished some things. We're almost done with some stuff. I wouldn't say my knitting mojo or sojo or anything Joe is back, but I put on makeup and dressed relatively like a normal human being, so I figured today we would do a podcast. Here we are. You can find me everywhere online as Gabigail, and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much to returning viewers for sticking around, and hello and welcome to new viewers. This is usually not how it goes. Usually I have done more things than what I will show you today. So with that, let's get into it. I have no announcements besides the fact that, as many people know, everything's canceled. It's all canceled. SSK has been canceled. There is an online marketplace going on, so I believe everybody's just going to do a shop update on that day. More details to follow. All of our trunk shows for the month have been canceled. RHINEBECK has been canceled. No word on India Untangled yet. I'm assuming that will also be virtual. We don't know who the vendors are yet. CAT is moving around on his tree. Therefore, everyone has to be on high alert. Yeah, so let's move on from the super sad news and we'll just jump into what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Maritimo by Caitlin Hunter. This is out of Bad Wolf Girl Studios, Hagrid, and a Galaxy one-of-a-kind colorway. I'll stand up. Ta-da! And I'm wearing it with my zinnia skirt. I don't think it matches, but I just wanted like a flowy Disney princess skirt today, and I feel like a Disney princess in this skirt. Our setup's a little weird. Everything's in the wrong spots because this is my Zoom corner for all my knit groups. So my laptop is set up on a bunch of board games, so I have a better angle on that. And it's all plugged in, so I've just been like carrying my laptop around the house or charging it in. Let's just jump into finished objects. I am the worst knitter of all time. I have finished a ton of stuff and then promptly gave it to my friend because she's having a baby and didn't take a single photo of anything. I believe I showed the Macron sweater that I knit out of scraps of Madeline Tosh and Skeiny Dipping. I believe I showed that. I believe I showed the Perfect Newborn socks out of some scrap sock yarn. I knit a total of 2 pairs of those, the Macron sweater. I did knit a Binic pullover out of Hearth on my Isaac base from leftovers from my Baudelaire crop top, and I knit a pair of baby booty shorts out of some leftover self-striping sock yarn that are supposed to be the Rocky leggings by Tin Can Knits. I thought I had enough yarn for actual full-on leggings. I did not. I don't know how babies are shaped, so I had no idea how to judge this. But she loves them. They are off in their new home. Her baby shower was this morning, so she can now put those away. They've just been sort of floating around her living room. She loves them. I do plan on knitting more for this BB's. It's the first, is it the first kid? I think it's the first kid in Jake's friends group. Yeah. So I already have like a list of things I wanted to make this kid before everything happened. So now I just will make them in larger sizes. We'll see. I did also want to knit my friend's son a cardigan when he was 5, and I think he's 8 now. So don't have a good track record on that. So I finished those. They're off. I swear I did them. I just took no photographs of them like a great knitter. But I do have something that I did finish that I do have here. I have finished my Stoker shawl, and this is by Kristin of VOOLENVINE, and I knit this out of my Isaac DK base, which I think I'm retiring. It's a non-superwash Pullover with silk on the Purred colorway, and I love it so much. It is giant. No, he's supposed to do it on that. That's his. I bought Jax a cat tree with a bunch of scratching posts, the weird like scratching post pad things, and just like covered it in it so he's got something to scratch besides our carpet. But every time he scratches it, the dogs go insane because they don't think he's allowed to do it because they're tattletales. I love this. It's bobbly. It was super easy. It was such a good knit. I think the pattern calls for 4, and I think I used 3 skeins. I definitely have a full skein left over that I know. I didn't even break into it. I did all 3 tassels. I don't know if I made them big enough. I think they're the perfect size. I haven't taken photos of this, but I will try it on here for you. So here it is. I love it so much. I feel like I should be on a balcony overlooking a stormy ocean. I think I've worn it twice, but it's been pretty, those aren't real candles. What am I doing? It's been pretty warm here, and I haven't left the house well, that's a lie. I left yesterday, and I have gone to the grocery store twice since lockdown. So there's that. But I didn't wear a shawl because both times it was very warm. But I love it. I love scrunching it up. It's a really good wraparound sweater. Right now it just lives in my dresser because I have nothing to wear this to. I love it. I love this colorway. I love the pattern. It was such a good mindless knit that I could pick up easily while like not having the mojo but wanting to knit on something during knit group. It was perfect. I cannot recommend this pattern enough. I don't do DK weight shawls, but I need to. That's really it. I need to. So this is my first finished object for me since like March 2nd, I think was the last time I finished an object for me. Iron, leave him alone. You don't need to escort him across the bedroom. So those are my finished objects. The ends. I am actively working on one project. It's sort of a disaster right now, solely because I can't read directions. And this is the City Limits Pullover by Samantha Guerin Designs. Last year at RHINEBECK, I'll knit the shady side pullover that she designed. So we decided for this year's RHINEBECK, everyone in the house that we were gonna rent would knit the City Limits. So I think we're just all transferring that over to 2021 RHINEBECK. And it is a disaster because I can't read directions to save my life. I am about to join the sleeves. It does not look like much. So I'm knitting this out of Harrisville's Nightshades in the Fever colorway. You can kind of pick it up. It's got the red undertone, which is giving me so much life. It is a bottom-up pullover. I made it a crop top because it's me. The bottom is this twisted stitch, like cable-y thing. And then it does have, I believe, long sleeves or 3/4 sleeves. I have to look at the pattern. I, again, didn't read directions and knit this like 7 inches too long in the armholes. So I just ripped back everything. And now I'm going to knit to where I'm supposed to knit, join the shoulders, and I think tonight I can pick up the sleeves and get those going. Hi, bud, what's up? You're so scared? A little bit? This pattern is a dream to work with. The yarn is so squidgy and so nice. The stitch definition is stunning. I love it so much. I cannot wait to wear this. Now that it's summer, I don't know when I will. Maybe at night to my living room. But yeah, this is it. This is all I'm working on. I love it so much though. Sometimes I will just take it out and sit with it. I won't actively knit on it, but I will just kind of squidge it and hold it close to me. I am knitting that on the recommended needle size of US 6, I believe. A US 6. I am knitting the small versus the extra small. I think it's got 34-inch bust. I'm not one for a lot of positive ease, but I think the 34 would just give me enough to make it a little bit boxy oversized without kind of drowning myself. If I don't, yeah, you know, I'm gonna pair it with pencil skirts because that's all I want to wear now forever and the rest of my life, and some high-waisted pants once I make some or find some. That's the plan. And that's my knitting. 10 minutes of knitting. Okay, I lied. I have 2 things I'm knitting. I forgot because I'm not actively knitting this because I ran out of yarn. Go me. I am also not actively, but going to be working on my Enchanted sweater pattern by, I found my show notes, Nits for Chocolat. And this is a 2-color yoke style cropped sweater with these beautiful, see if I can get, it's pretty scrunched up on the needles, leaf motif in the yoke. Can you see that? Yeah. So I'm knitting this out of my hand-dyed yarn on the PolDK, which is 100% superwash Pullover, which will be our new DK weight base. I love it. I'm knitting this out of Ravishing and Hello Witchling, and I've run out of Ravishing. So it's on hold until I put in another order. I do plan on having it for the SSK update. I just didn't want to order all the yarn too early and have it take up space in the house. So this is on hold until I can order the base and dye it up. That's the most frustrating part when I run out of yarn, but it's my yarn. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. The DK Revolution hit strong this year. I don't know what it was. This is Hello Witchling all caked up. I love it on this base. I love that this base can do speckles. I think that's what held me back from so many DK weight things. I adore having the non-superwash base, but I love the color range I can do with the superwash. So this is on hold until I can get more of this base in so I can dye some more Ravishing for it. But I am so excited to wear this to my living room as well. Maybe I'll wear it on the chair instead of the couch, and I'll save city limits for the couch. I'm gonna need to get more chairs. I'll sit in the parking lot outside at night in it. That won't be weird at all. No. So those are my 2 sweaters that I'm working on. I do want to cast on my Pip and Pin. I don't remember what it's called. It's caked up. The pattern is printed out. The needles are in the cake of yarn. It's in my planner every day. Cast on the Pip and Pin. I don't know why I haven't. I'm just fighting happiness, but it's there. I'm gonna do it eventually. I want it. I only have 2 cardigans, one of which is oversized, and the other one's non-superwash, so I don't want to wear it to too many places because it's a pain in the butt to wash. I don't have like a mustard yellow and a blue cardigan. Yep. And that's my future crafting. I'm not putting any pressure on myself to do any of this. I'm kind of just letting it happen naturally. I think I was just burnt out from knitting all the stuff for the wedding, and then everything happened. I'm sure I talked about this in the last episode, so I'm just going to let the Knit Joe come back as it will. I also haven't bought anything crafting wise, so good on me. I was saving up for all the trips, but you know, yeah. So I guess with that, we're just gonna go straight into Beyond Crafting. It is Sunday, June 14th, so in theory, yes, I will have a shop update at the end of the week. I haven't dyed anything for it yet. I have nothing to show you for it. I had a shop update yesterday. It was all tweed things. Just, I don't know if I'm gonna do a new recording day for the podcast. I don't usually record on Sundays. I usually record on Thursdays, but schedules have just been crazy, so we're going with it. So into Beyond Crafting. I have been doing a couple things besides knitting, one of which is The Sims 4, as I mentioned. I love it. They came out with a new expansion pack for Eco Lifestyle. So you start off, you get a new neighborhood that's disgusting and industrial and got smog and trash everywhere, and then as you like build up gardens and vote for community spaces and like eco green, make your house greener, you clean up the neighborhood and like gardens are planted and they repave the streets, and you can decide if you want to like paint the crane or make the old factory into a warehouse for something. It's very cool. I've enjoyed it thoroughly so far. I also have been watching a ton of the like Let's Play and speed builds on YouTube because I'm one of those people now and I love it. So I have listed them in the description. They're on YouTube. James Turner, I believe he's Australian. He does a lot of Let's Plays and I think they are hilarious. He is like, you just can't go wrong. He does do some builds and I do enjoy those, but I enjoy his Let's Play more. He does like a rags to riches series, so like you start off with $0 and you can't get like a traditional Sims job. You have to just make money every other way. So those are a delight. And then there's Evelyn. I believe she's Dutch and she does basically only speed builds, but her buildings are stunning. I love them so much. I can watch them all day. So those guys are linked down below. They've been keeping me sim sane, as well as Animal Crossing. As many people know, Animal Crossing is out and I love it and I'm addicted. It's fine. I think I mentioned last time that I spend like an hour every morning doing like my Animal Crossing chores. I've now added about an hour at night to do any building or organization stuff that I want to do, / like throughout the day. I'll just pick it up and play it. And I have found a ton of Animal Crossing channels. Did I put them all in? I think I did. So I know a lot of people do like the island tours. I can't do a ton of those because then I just sort of like get imposter syndrome with my Animal Crossing island. Like, I'll never be able to build one as beautiful as these people. But I do enjoy them in small amounts. So we have Chase Crossing. He is a Canadian who like just started making videos and he just is such a sweetheart and is just so excited about everything. So that one is a good listen to. There's also Jenna Rose. I believe she's an interior decorator or designer, and she started doing island tours, and her boyfriend split an island in two and they've been like decorating each half. There's also Tiny Libraries, so her and her boyfriend tour like the witchy woodsy islands, which are the aesthetic that I dream of. I Am Anna Molly has a ton of the like, she is a lot of the how to get the aesthetic you're looking for. She did a couple videos like going over the different cottagecore styles and what DIY recipes and what things you could buy would go with them and like different ideas for neighborhoods. So she's been really good. And then my favorite one is Ryan FTW. He just does an hour of just watch him play in the morning and chit chat, and that's it. It's great. I think it's called Crossing and Chill, or Morning Routine and Chill, and it's really good background noise, just very calming. While I, play The Sims, I can watch Animal Crossing videos. Ooh, there's also, I'm just listing people, Honeycrossing _ on Twitter. She posts all of her stuff on Twitter, and she has like that adorable cottagecore foresty feel. I think she also does the codes. I don't have the custom content stuff because I don't have the internet thing because I don't want to pay for it right now. But her stuff is also adorable. So those are all the things I've been watching for Animal Crossing and The Sims. Even if it's just good background noise, I did find like a 10-hour long playlist of Animal Crossing music, just the background music. I believe it goes through the whole day, but I didn't make it that far, obviously. That was super good to do paperwork to and like computer work because it just sort of background noise, but it wasn't distracting. So those have been what I've been playing. I did join a book club. It's right now through Facebook. We are trying to see if we can meet at like mid to the end of July, depending on how stuff goes. and how comfortable everybody is. It's not a very big group. I think right now only 6 people are active in it. So we figure if we meet outside, we're gonna, you know, we'll see what happens. But we did pick our first book, and it is, I think it's kind of gotten me back into reading. I have to charge my Kindle. Will it load? Who knows? All right, so we are reading The Five, The Untold Lives of the Women Killed by Jack the Ripper by Haley Rubenhold. There it is. Ta-da! I am on his 3rd victim, and it's been really interesting. It goes through their entire lives of the victims. So the bare bones of it is Jack the Ripper killed prostitutes, but as of right now, I don't think a single one of these ladies were actually prostitutes. They just were labeled as them because they were living on the streets or in and out of the like single room occupancy housing that was available in Whitechapel at the time. It's really interesting. It goes so deep into like their lives, and the amount of research that was put into this is great. I am on Elizabeth right now, so she's not even in England. I am very curious to see how she gets there. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I want to save all of my internal thoughts for the book club. I am trying to take notes and write down my questions, like not my questions, but like what I want to talk about as we go. But I also don't want to stop reading to take notes. It's a very weird thing. I don't usually take notes while I read. All right, 10 years later, because my battery died. Where was I? I was talking about the book. It's really good. It doesn't go into their actual murders, like a lot of true crime stuff. It basically just focuses on their lives beforehand and how they got to the point in Whitechapel where they had to be outside at night, sleeping on or near or around the streets, and like, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit afterwards of like their former husbands claiming, or family members claiming their bodies, but it doesn't go into the actual like crime itself, so it's not graphic. But I'm really enjoying it. I am excited to talk about it with friends. I've never been in a book club before, so this is a fun new experience. Not sure what we haven't voted on the next month. I don't know if our plan is like 1 a month or 1 a quarter. It has definitely gotten me back into reading. I'm not at Crescent City yet. I can't read more than 1 book at a time. I don't want to like lose track of where I am in each book. So after this is done, I'm not going to say I'm going to start reading it because I am going through Throne of Glass one more time for the advent calendars. So I don't want to get my Moss characters mixed up. Then I charged my battery for like 20 minutes for a 2-minute section. So that's really kind of it. I tried doing vlogs a couple times and it ended up just being footage of me feeding the sourdough starter, and then that's it. Yeah. Oh, I did make a shadow box, it's behind the camera, of my wedding bouquet, so I'll put that in at the end. I didn't do a time lapse. I tried to. My battery died. It was just the whole thing. I haven't deleted any of the honeymoon footage, which is on this camera yet, because I don't delete stuff off my microchips in an efficient way. So yeah. But yeah, that's I think we're gonna call it here. It's such a weird episode. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the shop and supporting the podcast. And I don't know if I'll be back next week, but I'll be back eventually. Goodbye.